Sripada Srivallabha Charitamrutam, Chapter 25. The Efficacy of Rudraaksha. Rudraaksha is the seed of a tree termed as Eliocorpus garnitris. The methods to worship of Shiva and their results. I requested Sri Dharmagupta to tell me how to worship Lord Shiva. Then Sri Dharmagupta explained, Dear Shankara Bhatt, first method of worshipping Lord Shiva is to chant Shiva Panchakshari mantra as a japa. That is, a japa, a silent repetition of prayer. Second method is to worship Shiva in the procedure of Mahanyasa. Mahanyasa is a detailed procedure to purify one's body with mantras before commencement of Abhisheka. Third method is performing Rudra Abhisheka. It is a special anointing rite to Rudra. The 5 letters in Panchakshari stands for 5 primordial elements. A living person is called an animal because he is entangled in beastly shackles like fondness, infatuation, etc. Pashupati is one who releases the living beings from the beastly bonds. Shiva Panchakshari mantra is described as a star with 5 angles. In these 5 angled mantras, the first variety grants moksha and the other varieties give luxury and affluence. In the 5 types of services during worship, sandalwood powder for earthly nature, coconut water for watery nature, offering deepa for the nature of fire, the fragrant incense of sambrani and the like for the nature of air, and the sound of bell for the nature of sky are used. In this manner, the 5 types of traditional services in the worship of Shiva represents 5 elemental natures. To the devotees who pursue the 5 letters in Panchakshari and their respective natures, in those 5 colors, 5 natures will appear. They are mercury, like a white pearl or luster like silver, red color like that of coral, golden effulgence of yellow hue, brilliant blue illumination spread over the universe like blue sky, and pure white light. As the 5-colored jyoti shines in the middle of the eyebrows, sages called it as Sandhyopasana. It must be understood that yantra, mantra, panchatattva pursuit, yogic exercise, self-surrender are the main items of spiritual pursuit. Through this spiritual pursuit, thought of the dehatma, that is, soul of the body, is destroyed. The body of Jiva's temple, that shining Jiva in it, is transformed as Shivatma. Salvation is achieved. For attaining that salvation state, Panchakshari Japa, Mahayasa, Purvaka worship of Shiva and Rudrabhisheka greatly help. Vishnu likes Sahasranama Stotra, that is, Hosanna of 1000 names. Ganapati is fond of modakas, a sort of sweet preparation. Sun is pleased by salutation. Moon is pleased by offer of water. Fire god gets pleased with havis, that is, oblation of ghee or butter. Shiva is very much pleased with Abhisheka. In the past, in Brahmakalpa, when deluge engulfed for the future creation, seeds of each species, like all living beings, trees, and herbs, were filled in a vessel. In it, the waters of all seas, the waters of all rivers, and the nectar were poured. With Gayatri mantra, he introduced his life force into it and charged it. That vessel is called Purna Kumbha. The ambrosia in that Purna Kumbha was showered continuously onto earth. As sages conducted this Kalsha Abhisheka at Kailasa mountain, it became an Amrutasthana. An icy Shivalinga is formed naturally in the Amarnath cave on Shravana Purnima. On merely seeing Sri Amarnath, all sins diminish. Birth of Vashishta and Agastya sages. When that Purna Kumbha was kept upside down, 2 great sages came out of it. Among them, the first one, Vashishta, was emerged with white effulgence. The second one, Agastya, was with blue effulgence. Born with intrinsic potencies of Mitra and Varuna deities. With the water sanctified in Purna Kumbha, Ekadasa Rudrabhisheka must be performed 11 times. By doing this, the punya of Ekadashi Tithi is granted by Parameshwara, who is the personification of Ekadashi Rudra. As there is a close connection between Ekadasha Rudras and Ekadashi Tithi of Vaishnavites, it must be noted that Shiva and Keshava are inseparable. When Ekadashi Rudrabhisheka is conducted with Namaka mantras, the ill effect of untimely death is removed. Moon is the presiding deity of Somalata. He showers strength, which is the basic means for rejuvenation. This Chandrakala, that is, the spark of moon, glows above the center point of eyebrows and before the 1,000-petal blossom in the head of yogi. Description of different forms of Lord Shiva. For this very reason, it was stated that crescent moon adorns the crown of Lord Shiva. In Somnath Kshetra of Gujarat, a crystal linga made from Chandrakant Sila with a glowing white crescent moon on its head is receiving worship. Scriptures enjoin that one should not perform Rudrabhisheka unless he attains the state of Rudra. In Mahanyasa, time kills everything. So, the person performing Abhisheka should become one with time and introduce mentally the form of Yagna in his body. Then only he should perform Rudrabhisheka. In the procedure of Mahanyasa Rudrabhisheka, as enunciated by sage Bodhayana, the forms of Shiva, Tatpurusha, Aghora, Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Isana are described. The shape of Tatpurusha is in the color of electric power, resembling the fire of Pralaya. Aghora Murti is in blue color of a cloud, that is, in the color of a dark blue bee. Sadyojat Murti is in the jasmine white color of moon. Vamadeva Murti is in the color of snow white. Isana Murti is effulgent form and therefore he is of the sky color. It is said that Rudras are thousands and thousands in number. That is to say that deities named Rudraganas, that is forces of Rudra, at the rate of 3 for each Gana, that is group, totaling to 33 crores are therefore the Ekadasa Rudra Murtis, that is 11 Rudras. Veda affirms that only these pervade earth, sky, outer space, water, air, body, life force and mind. The grace of 33 crore Rudra Ganas is obtained by those who worship and remember Sripada. Lord of these 33 crore Rudra Ganas is Ganapati. Therefore, to reveal in a yogic way the Ganapati Tattva in him, Sri Sripada Sri Vallabha incarnated on this earth on Ganesh Chaturthi. So those who worship and remember Sri Sripada derive the grace of 33 crore Rudra Ganas. Description of Rudrakshas. Devotees of Shiva should compulsorily wear Rudrakshas. Among them, Rudrakshas of Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra castes are there. White Rudraksha belong to Brahmin castes. They are rarely available. Red, honey-colored Rudrakshas are of Kshatriya caste. Rudrakshas of tamarind seed colors relate to Vaishya caste and black ones belong to Sudra caste. Generally, Rudrakshas with 5 to 16 faces are largely available. Rudrakshas drown when placed in milk or water. It is forbidden to wear light Rudrakshas or tender Rudrakshas. When a Rudraksha is kept below a copper spoon and placed in a copper plate kept on the ground, it should be understood that it is for good quality if it rotates like a saligrama, that is, a species of ammonite worshipped as Vishnu. Some Rudrakshas rotate anti-clockwise. They bring poverty. So, householders should not use them. If householders use them, bad effects like death of wife, dissolution of family, and renunciation from family happen. Ascetics may, however, use them. Kalagni Rudra enjoined that Brahmins should use white Rudrakshas. Kshatriyas should use red Rudrakshas. Vaishyas should use light yellow Rudrakshas and Sudras should use black Rudrakshas. Then they will get favorable results. Their sins are destroyed and all their desires will be fulfilled. The special features of Rudrakshas with different number of facets are as follows. Ekamukhi Rudraksha is Shiva Swarupa. Dvimukhi Rudraksha is form of Ardhanareshwara. Trimukhi Rudraksha is a form of Agni. Chaturmukhi Rudraksha is a form of Brahma. Panchamukhi Rudraksha is Kalagni form of Rudra. Shanmukhi Rudraksha is form of Kartikeya. Saptamukhi Rudraksha is form of Manmada. Ashtamukhi Rudraksha is form of Rudra Bhairava. Navamukhi Rudraksha is a form of sage Kapila. It is difficult to get it. In Navamukhi Rudraksha, 9 forces called Vidya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Santa Shakti, Vama Shakti, Jeshta Shakti, Raudra Shakti, Anga Shakti, and Pasyanti are embedded. Therefore, Navamukhi Rudrakshas is the form of Dharma Devata. Dashamukhi Rudraksha is the form of Vishnu. Ekadashamukhi Rudraksha is verily the form of Rudra. Dwadasamukhi Rudraksha is the form of Dwadasa Adityas. In this way, there is a close connection between Rudrakshas and different forms of deities. Sri Sripada Srivallabha had within his form of consciousness of the nature of Ganesha, who is the lord of the troops of attachment and detachment. Therefore, he is the divine personification of 33 crore deities. Not only that, without his will, not even one atom or molecule in this creation can move or stir. He is the cause responsible for all movements. He is the cause of all causes. He appears as Vishnu to those who consider him as Shiva. He is felt as Shiva by those who regard him as Vishnu. He appears in real form when we eliminate the argumentative nature in our mind and surrender to him. In this way, Dharmagupta explained vividly about the methods of worshipping Shiva and many other matters relating to Rudrakshas. Then he expressed his desire to go along with me to Kurungadda and have the darshan of Sri Sripada to make his birth purposeful. Both of us came to Kurungadda and had the darshan of Sri Sripada Sri Vallabha Guru Sarvabhauma. He opened his eyes from yogic sleep and remarked, "Oh, what sort of discussions? What discussions? One is there who is called Sripada. He is Shiva Swarupa. Am I Sripada, or has Sripada come in my shape? Actually, who am I? Swami, Dharmagupta, just explain it." Then Dharmagupta said to Sripada, "Swami, when I started from Pitakapuram for the darshan of Sri Mahaguru, my brother-in-law Venkatappaya Shrishti cautioned me not to fall into ignorance by arguments and counter-arguments with Sri Sripada, but only to seek his refuge and gain his grace. So I will observe silence for any questions posed by you. When even Vedas could not explain your nature and remained dumb, what am I, a layman before you? What is my knowledge?" Sri Sripada became gracious. He granted for me and for Dharmagupta salutations to his feet. When we touched his feet, we lost consciousness and remained in a state of meditation for a very long time. It was getting dark. Sri Sripada instructed us to leave Kurungedda and reach the opposite bank of river Krishna. We followed the instructions. Sri Dharmagupta and I spent that night in talking about the divine leelas of Sri Sripada. It is not possible to say that his leelas will be in a particular fashion. We slipped into sleep. We heard an invisible melodious voice from somewhere. Some yogis were chanting the name of Sripada Sri Vallabha Digambara.